Welcome to the Work-Life Balance Podcast. I am Kara.
And I am Maggie.
Together, we're a power real estate team with the Bogetti partners in Nashville.
We believe that the hustle culture of today's driven entrepreneur who lives and works in Middle Tennessee requires balance.
Hey, welcome back to Work-Life Balance with Kara and Maggie.
Welcome back.
Today, we are going to introduce you to the new members of the Bogetti Partners real estate team.
Yes, we've lined up a few questions for each of them just so y'all can get to see them and know them a little bit.
Absolutely, and maybe use them or hopefully use them. And so stay tuned and enjoy.
All right, enjoy. Let's get started.
So today we have Amber Joffich with us. She's our newest agent here at Bogetti Partners.
Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
We're so happy to have you aboard.
I'm happy to be here.
Okay, so we want to just jump into it. I've got a few little questions for you, and we're just going to learn a little bit about you and share it with all of our beautiful followers. And
Okay, so our first question for you is, why did you choose real estate as a career?
I've always been a super ambitious person. I always wanted to climb to the top of whatever career I was doing. That meant different things to me in different parts of my life, but I always wanted to get to the top. Right before COVID, I was managing a salon and spa, and I was really proud of that. And then COVID happened. The bottom fell out. I never knew if that salon was going to open back up. And on the side there, I was also dating my now husband, Elvis, who lived in Nashville. So took the opportunity, took the plunge in the beginning of quarantine to move to Nashville. And I took a job at TikTok right in the beginning of their user support system. So that felt really cool. I was collaborating with people all around the world whenever everybody was in quarantine. And so it felt like I was doing really meaningful work. All of this wraps back around to in August of 2021, I had my son by C-section. And 2 weeks after I had him, I went back to work. Not because I had to, but because I wanted to. And I wanted nobody to notice that I had a baby. Didn't even tell people on my team. I wanted everything to seem so seamless. Yeah.
Wow.
People said that they didn't even notice I had a baby, which was so cool. I was like, well, that's good. People are proud of me. Meanwhile, I'm like bursting at the seams.
Yeah.
And I think every ambitious young mom can identify with that, of like having this big fire burning inside of you and then having a baby and just thinking that everything's just going to keep on going. Everything's just going to stay on track. And it didn't. Yeah. I was like baptism by fire with this little baby, sleep deprived, typing with one hand, holding him in the other, and trying to get everything done. And for like the first better half of the year of his life, I was just surviving. I was not thriving at all. But that fire that was still there still kept burning. And I eventually said, I don't want to just survive anymore. I want to thrive. And whenever I was thinking about things that I wanted to do, real estate kept coming up. And so I just eventually took the plunge, took the leap of faith. I'm going to get into this. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to thrive at it. And I still now, even being in real estate, I want to get to the top of being in real estate. I want to keep climbing that ladder. I want to keep learning as much as I can and being the best I can at it.
Well, we talk about that all the time. You have to have that or else you're going to burn out.
Yeah. Well, that's the beauty of real estate, because there's no cap to it.
Yeah.
It's as much as you want it to be. You can make as much money as you want to make, or as least amount.
Yeah.
It's the hustle and the grind and the fire.
How
hard you
and I
work
know
for it.
you've got it, because the first day I met you, you told me you had that.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I see that in your eyeballs.
Yeah.
So I think, the sky's the limit, right? That's real estate for you. So I love that for you.
And it burns brighter every single day. It does not get diminished. It just
Has
burning.
to, because that's what keeps you going every day.
Yeah.
And
So
waking
then
up and doing it.
That kind of rolls into, because it is such a new career for you.
Yeah.
What has it been like since you've been in it for almost, how many months now? Did you say 5?
Yeah.
Have you seen some successes and challenges that are,
Yeah, huge.
So let's hear about that.
I kind of feel like what I'm doing right now is the earmark of why you need a realtor. Like I've been in some situations that are not easy deals, and I've had to get really creative and learn a lot of new things. So I'm learning like all of these different methodologies of like how to make a deal and all of these different clauses really quick, because they're going into like all of these deals that I've got happening right now.
Yep.
Well, and that's one thing too. And we're talking about successes and challenges. And I know that you and I talked about this morning, so I want to throw it out there. Can't ride the wave. Kara and I talked about that the very first like deal that I did and that we went through together. You got got to stay steady because your clients are riding the wave.
Yeah.
They're the ones on the emotional roller coaster. And if you're also on that emotional roller coaster, you're going to take them with you and they're going to feel that. And it's going to affect every single deal that you do.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
So you got to stay level headed.
That's huge. I need to learn that because I'm on the roller coaster, like good and bad. Like I enjoy it. I'm naturally a pretty enthusiastic and bubbly person. Like I keep my balloon pretty inflated. And
that's a good analogy. I love that.
Inflate your balloon.
Yeah. And that's happened when things fall through. And my husband looks at me. He's like, you look like your balloon just deflated. And I'm like, let's get back outside. Let's get back in the sunshine and let's like inflate the balloon back up. And you have to figure out how to not keep your balloon deflated.
Yeah.
Sure. That's a good analogy though. With like the fire burning too, because I mean, that's literally how a hot air balloon floats and goes like, cause that has that fire lit under it and that's how it flies and gets inflated.
This is getting heavy.
Deep, but I like it. We'll have to clip it. But
okay. Well, and our last question is, there's so many options and so many directions with real estate that you could have went.
Yeah.
Why did you choose Bogetti Partners over a corporate company?
Well, and I did pick a different real estate agency before I came to Bogetti Partners. And they answered all of the questions that I had whenever I asked them. But one thing I was not getting was individualized attention. And one thing Kara does is messages me almost every day and asks me, how am I doing? What are you doing? What are you doing to get closer to making a deal? And I love that individualized attention. Yeah, and this team that we've got going here, everything flows really well.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Well, we welcome you aboard this team. And I see everything's going to be positive for you. And I'm excited for the future of real estate and whatever you need.
Yeah,
that's what we're here for.
I love it. Well, actually, I have one last question before we go.
Go ahead.
I mean, our whole thing is about work-life balance.
Yeah.
So if you can give one tip to any other realtor, just anyone out there that wants to balance their work and life, what tip would you give?
I'm learning this right now, but one thing that I read over the weekend and that stuck really well with me is find your third place. Find what is not home, what is not work, find that third place. And for me, that third place is anywhere that I go with my son and being able to take a walk with him. My thing is walking, so like I can easily get up to like 10,000 steps a day. It's how I burn stress. And take him to the park, take him to the indoor playground if it's a bad weather day outside, and just get to walking. And that's how
be in your third place. I like
third place. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on and doing
Thank you, Amber.
It's been fun.
All right, there you go.
Alrighty, next up we have Miss Micah Sauter here with us,
Yay.
the very first agent of the Bogetti Partners.
Yes. Wow,
Welcome, Micah.
One.
Yeah.
Yes.
So honored.
I know. We're honored to have you.
We are.
Right in the beginning.
Yes, you
You
did.
did. Jumped on the train. All right, Kara, ask her our first question.
Well, tell us how long you've been in the business, Micah.
So March 7th, that's when I got my license issued. So a little less than 2 months.
Oh my
Love
gosh.
it.
And you already have a pipeline full and killing it out there.
Yeah.
You are. I know.
You do.
She
You
does. She impresses me. Because
I know.
I'm like, how do you already have this many leads and this many people you're working in 2 months?
Yes.
It takes most people a lot longer than that. So good work,
yeah,
girl.
I think part of that I can attribute to being born and raised here and having so many people
Contacts.
that I know. Yeah.
Absolutely. And you're working them. I mean, you are working them. You are sending out your messages, doing your thing, and you're getting a lot of traction from it. So it's
Well,
great.
it shows you that sphere of influence is super important in this business.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
All righty. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm asking? Okay. Okay, so why real estate? Because I know you were in a career prior to this.
Right.
So what was the pivotal point of changing career choices and moving into real estate?
Nothing like making a career change halfway through your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's brave.
I don't know. So for the past year, I have just felt like I had this little internal voice saying, you have more to offer. There's something more that you're supposed to be doing with your life. And yeah, I still wasn't sure what it was. You know, I was like, what is it? What is it? And I would talk to my friends and I was like, maybe we should start a business. Should we start our own business? And so, you know, I was thinking along those lines. And the 1st of January this year, 2023, I came to a crossroads. Like I had to make a decision because I had no job. So I was like, all right, I'm either going back to a 9-to-5 desk job or I'm starting a business, or what am I doing? So my husband and I recently, over the past few years, acquired property. built a home. Like, I loved that whole process. And I was like, how can I do something like that I love, have my own business, my own flexible hours? And I was like, maybe real estate. And I had crossed paths with Kara.
Ding, ding, ding.
And I was like, what do you think about real estate? Oh, everybody should have the real estate license.
Yeah, that's what I say.
And then I talked to other friends, and they're like, oh, it's a terrible time to get your real estate license. The market's terrible. And, oh my gosh, you're going to be working on weekends. And I was like, well, I'm married to a farmer, so what is a weekend? I don't know what that is. So, I was like, all right, well, I'm just going to jump in. I didn't have a job, so I had plenty of time to dedicate to the online course. And
you knocked it out quick.
Did that, Started the middle of January, finished the course, took the test, and got my license.
And here you are.
Yeah, and here I am.
Is that amazing? So no regrets?
No.
Okay, good.
Like, I have had such a peace about it. Like,
okay, good.
I think this is where I'm supposed to be.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
And again, like you said, you're born and raised here. So that is one huge. There's not many unicorns like you.
Right.
There's one right here, but and you are too. Amber is too.
Far between. Well,
yeah.
But for the most part,
if you
most people are implants.
Yeah.
Implants? Implants.
Transplants.
Implants.
We got extra boobs moving
Oh
in.
my God, that's a blooper.
We got extra boobs moving into town, you know.
Yes. Right?
I grabbed my boobs. I mean, I don't know.
Oh
my God.
But you essentially did start your own business, though. I mean, because real estate is your own business. Whether you're hanging at a firm or doing whatever, it's what you're able to produce and working your own sphere of influence. So, hey, it may have worked out for you that you didn't go in with other people.
Resources right here that can help me and always be available if I'm needing something.
And want to help.
Yeah, right.
I mean, because I know Kara feels this way, but I feel the same. Like, we only want to see you do good things. And, like, all the traction that you get so far has just been so exciting for us, too, because we get to see you grow. Same thing with Amber. Same thing with Ricky. Like, that it's so exciting to see y'all getting deals and things and writing offers and meeting people. And it's so much fun to hear y'all come in the next day. As soon as I walked in this morning, Micah just started going in on what she did this weekend.
I know.
And I love it.
Because she's got the same fire that Amber was talking about.
Yes.
Which is amazing.
So it's fun. It's like your own business, but you have a team around you that
supports you
and helps you and is excited about your success.
So I have a question for you. You're about a month and a half in. What are some of your goals for year one?
My goals, okay, so learn as much as I possibly can so that in the future years I can be super successful.
Right.
And also, as far as monetary, I would like to close 5 deals by the end of the year.
I think that's a great goal.
I think you're going to do that sooner than later.
I think so.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what's realistic and what's not because I'm so new. So
And that's a great,
we're almost
Right.
we're 7 months left in the year pretty much. So I'm like,
You've got it for sure.
Yeah.
so
And it's just
That's
about
a great
staying
goal.
on top of your people too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
You've got so much going on. Just like keep on them.
Has there been any successes or challenges that you've dealt with in the first year or first month and a half?
So the biggest challenge for me is trusting the process because my whole work life has been, a 9 to 5, and there's not the instant gratification. I don't come in and do my job, my assignment, my task, finish it, go home, the next day come back, and every week or two get a paycheck. So there's not that instant gratification. So I have to trust the process that it's going to happen. It just might not happen in 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. It may be, 3, 4 months.
Yeah.
So I'm just trusting the process that I'm doing. So that's the biggest challenge because,
Because there is no paycheck every 2 weeks. You're not on a steady income. So that is a challenge for most people because you need something.
Income.
It's a huge jump.
But it's a big motivation.
It is.
Oh, for sure. And it takes a support system too. Because there are days, like we've talked about this many times, but if you want to stay in your bed with this job, you can. Like you can stay in bed and sleep all day, but that's not going to get you any closer to your goal.
Right.
So, having that diligence and just being like, okay, I have things I need to do today, whether that's just posting on social media or whatever, it all helps.
Yeah.
So
that's probably another challenge of mine because I didn't grow up in the social media era, so social media is a challenge for me.
Yeah. We got to take advantage of it because it's a whole other market to tap into.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, ask the burning question.
I'm asking the burning question. Okay, Micah.
Burning question.
Why did you choose Bogetti Partners over corporate?
Okay, so that was super easy for me. I have never wanted to climb a corporate ladder ever. Like, I am small town, small community. I went to a small college. Like, I love that intimate, like, small town or small business feel.
Yeah.
The first company I went to work with out of college, it was a startup company, the two owners and me and another guy. So, and I love that. I love that it's just a family. It becomes your family.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's not just another number in an office or another seat. It's, and then I just feel like the small, intimate atmosphere, you all give such great support and advice and education. And so,
Yay.
I never wanted to be in a big corporate office.
Well, you hate having to send an email to somebody to get a question answered about something.
Right.
It's much better when you can just either pick up the phone and
Knock
say,
on the door next
hey,
door.
girl, what's the blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
rather than, hey, like having a formal email to answer one simple question or whatever, like corporate typically has. So,
Yes.
Well, I'm happy to have you aboard.
Yes.
And I think I think you too, she brings so much. You just bring a lot of value to this business in general. Not only your connections, but your personality, your positivity. It's going to be exciting to watch you grow. And I get to be right in the first row.
well, one thing I want to just say about you really quick that I really admire about you is Kara and I are so quick and we go all the time. And you really do, I feel like, bring a sense of peace to us because, I mean, I'm serious. Like, you just have such a calm, whether it's just like a mothering nature or something, but you just bring such a calm feeling. Even just having a conversation with you.
A little bit.
Yes, it's just very calm. There's nothing about you that ever makes me feel anxious, and I love that.
Yeah.
We can use that around here.
Yeah, we could. We need to slow down sometimes. So,
well, and I think that
nice.
we, complement each other so well in that.
Yeah,
aspect.
it's a good synergy in here. Everybody's kind of got their own speed and style that it works. We all kind of flow, so it's good.
Yeah.
Well, last question, really quick. How do you balance work and life?
So, for me, since I've been in like a 9-to-5 job, I really love that. I can come in and work when my boys are in school. I can go home and I can still do the supper and whatever needs to be done. And when they're going to bed, I can still work. So, I don't know. I like that the flexibility.
Right.
It helps me feel like it's balanced.
Yeah.
Because I can work whenever. It's not like I have
Wherever.
to get it all done and I stress out and so it's whenever, wherever.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, I love it. Thank you for coming
Thanks,
on.
Micah.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Hi, guys. So we've got Ricky Davis with us today.
Hi.
Welcome, Ricky, to the Bogetti Partners.
Well, thank you for having me.
So Ricky's been with us a month now, we'll call it.
Yep.
But you've been in the business quite some time before that. So tell us a little bit.
I am in my 4th year of selling real estate. Something I've always wanted to get into and just decided after 30 years in the same business to leave and do it.
Really? 30 years and
30 years in one business.
wow.
Tell us a little bit about that one. What business?
It's actually a family-owned and operated business in Franklin called Wholesale Fasteners.
Okay.
Davis Bolton's crew prior to that, but it's all family. Dad started it, my brother and I ran it, and I decided it was time for my brother to have it by himself.
Fair enough.
So I could pursue something else.
So how did you make that switch?
Well, I actually went and got my real estate license and said, see ya.
that
Fair
easy?
enough.
It was pretty easy, yeah.
And I guess we should mention you are, born and raised another unicorn here at
Yep,
Bogetti
another
Partners.
unicorn.
Yes.
Yep.
Kara's found all of them,
I
hasn't
have found I only want the unicorns. I don't want the transplants. I'm just
I'm
kidding.
a Williamson County boy, and Leapers Fork, which used to be called Hillsboro, is my old stomping grounds.
I love it.
So,
Well, still your stomping ground.
still my stomping grounds. And that's actually where I met Kara.
Maybe.
So-
May or may not have been at a bar.
Kara meets everybody at a bar. All right. Well, in that time, since you made just such a abrupt switch, what were some of the things that you did in the beginning to find success?
called all of my kids and said, "Hey, I want to sell you a house."
Yes.
enough.
So basically, that's the way it went.
Okay.
They were kind of looking. They're adult kids, and I had 5 of them, so they were all looking for places. So they kind of jump started my real estate career.
Yeah.
It was
5 birds, 1 stone.
It was pretty easy. Yeah. So, but I've always wanted to be in the real estate business. Just as I mentioned, raising 5 kids, I had to have a real job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't just do commission only.
Yeah.
I won't say real estate's not a real job because I have a whole new respect for it now that I
Yeah.
do it for a living.
Yeah.
I used to be one of the for sale by owner guys, but I know realtors earn their money now.
Yeah, they do. And that's actually what I wanted to ask you, because everybody kind of has their own little niche. And I know yours is a little bit different maybe than others. So do you want to share?
A little bit. I'm into the farm and land is what I like. Okay. I do a lot of residential. I did for my kids, but also helped them buy some land as well.
Okay.
But that's what I enjoy. I've been a cowboy my whole life, and I'll die a cowboy.
You don't even have the hat on today, which
Well,
I'm shocked about this.
The hat's in the truck, but it was the wrong hat. It's a winter hat, and it's too pretty outside for a winter hat.
Very true.
So this is your land guy. This is your land, ranch, all the good stuff when it comes
and ranch
to.
and farms and horse properties and
Well, that's your
cattle.
circle.
Yeah, cattle farms. Just let me know.
That's your expertise.
guy.
I love it.
So, kind of going along with the successes that you've had, what were some of the challenges that you had in the beginning, and even now?
Some of the most challenging parts for me is just getting people to understand the process of real estate.
Okay.
You know, my clients and stuff, they're kind of like I was in the beginning, just, for sale by owner and just having to educate them in the process of the whole thing. Some people, if they're hard to get financed, you just have to teach them not to spend any money once they're financed.
Yeah,
kind
right.
of thing.
Yeah.
But and then now the challenges are actually finding farmland that's affordable to some people around here. It's getting
Getting pretty pricey.
getting to be a real challenge.
Yeah.
Just getting something that's affordable.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, it has that Williamson County name on it
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, along with the Williamson County name comes the price tags.
Absolutely.
We're seeing that, but that's the challenge of what I like to do.
Right.
So I know, because you've been in the biz a while, you've been at a few different real estate companies. So why choose Bogetti Partners over some of the bigger corporate ones?
Well, I'm going to say first and foremost, it's probably because of the broker.
Shout out.
I got to know
Do your
her.
little dancey dance.
I got to know her at a venue in Leapers Fork.
You can say the bar.
Well, I didn't know if I could or not. At Fox and Lock in Leapers Fork, I met her and her husband both, and just became instant friends with them. And I had left the corporate brokers for the more personal feel. Plus, I knew that Kara would challenge me. And also,
Always.
and always, be there to help me if I needed it. So
Got that.
I knew she would challenge me to grow my business.
Yeah.
Because it was starting to get a little stagnant, and like every other new realtor, I was like, maybe I didn't make the right choice, but I really did. This is where I want to be.
You did.
But I like the small office feel.
Boy, I love having you here.
I'm not a big corporate guy.
Well, let me ask you that while we've got you. Were you on, I don't know much about your history, so were you on a team, or were you always by yourself and just kind of lone wolfing it, or how'd that work for you?
I have always been lone wolfing.
Okay.
So not part of a team.
Okay.
It was every man for himself.
So no broker's really been providing you leads to make you stay.
I actually went, this is my third broker in 4 years. I was with one for 3 years. Mm-hmm. And then I moved to another one, and I really thought that might be a good fit for me. But the main reason I changed was because of the broker, and he left 4 months into me being there.
Okay.
So we actually were without a broker for the next 8 months.
Oh my goodness.
A true broker, So
It's tough.
I've always, kind of learned the business on my own, and I'm having to relearn a lot of stuff. But since I've been here, I've been exposed to it. So
Good.
Well, we hope you're getting inspired, and we give you the tools and all the good stuff that you need that helps you grow. And
ready to go.
let's do this.
Good.
Let's
All
do
right.
this.
Last
I'm ready
question.
to sell some land.
I'm happy
There
to
you
have
go.
you.
How do you balance your work and life, Mr. Cowboy?
Well, I have a set amount of time that I spend on real estate per day.
Okay.
And the rest of it I spend doing the farm life, taking care of animals and patching fences and barns and roofs and all kinds of other stuff.
So that brings
So,
you pure joy.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah?
Look at that big smile, because I feel like that was.
You know it does.
Yeah.
That goes without saying.
Yeah.
Because you have to love it or you won't do it.
Exactly.
That is a fact.
If you don't like that lifestyle, then you
It's not easy.
won't do it. So,
Not an easy lifestyle to have.
you know, it's not a 9-to-5 job when you have livestock and
Yeah.
farm animals and farms. It's not a 9-to-5 job.
It's your life.
I have to set aside specific time for real estate because if I don't, I spend all my time doing farm stuff.
I was going to say, it's almost like you've got to balance
Yeah.
it the flip-flop
I
way.
really do.
Yeah.
I have to do my work and then
And then bring in
do what
your
I
other
have
work.
time to do after that. Yeah.
Well, do your work and then do your other work.
Do your other
Yeah.
work. You almost got,
Yeah.
2 jobs.
Yeah,
Two full-time jobs.
It's 2 full-time jobs.
Yeah.
Well, we're
It
happy
certainly
you're
is.
here with
We're
us.
so happy you're here. You bring such a great, a difference to the crowd. You're the only
Well, yeah, I'm
man.
the only
Yeah,
guy.
the only man.
I'm thinking that was going to be his answer.
Yeah.
Why did you choose all the girls? Just kidding. But Ricky brings the land and all that expertise. So that's what's fun to have that balance here for us. So welcome aboard, buddy.
Thank you.
Good times to come.
Yep. I didn't mention I do have a construction background as well.
Oh,
So
Okay.
That was before the bolt and screw life.
okay.
So you're just a well-rounded man, huh?
So I do have knowledge of the construction as well as the farms.
Certainly
Love it.
helps.
So that helps with all of it.
It does help.
You're the full package.
That's been helpful for me with some of my clients.
Sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
Especially the ones that are buying land and want to build.
There you go.
I can
very
answer
true.
questions that, somebody that doesn't deal with that couldn't answer.
Yeah, regular Joe
Absolutely.
Schmo.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think that's kind of what makes me stand out a little bit. I
love it.
I do have that knowledge. So
I agree. Well, thank you.
you're welcome.
Thanks for coming on. I know you're a little nervous about it, but you did great.
I actually wasn't
You
nervous.
did
I
great.
like to make you feel that way. So.
You like to make us nervous.
I'm actually a little bit of a jokester, so
Just a little.
That shows.
You're so great.
Insurance should never be a hurdle when purchasing a home. It's one of the most important purchases of your life and should be handled with proper care.
Whether that be your first home purchase or the next addition to your portfolio, reach out to the Sally Insurance Agency with Shelter Insurance for a free consultation so you are confident that you are protected when it matters the most.
Call Shay and Sally at 865-671-6451.